Some of the signs and symptoms that we can look out for when we're watching for a loved one when it comes to mental illness is changes in mood. That looks like sadness, irritability, highs and lows, changes in behavior, withdrawal, increasing and decreasing in sleeping patterns or eating appetite, difficulty concentrating. Changes in thinking, excessive worry, confused thinking, delusions, hallucinations. Physical symptoms look like fatigue, unexplained aches and pains. With that said, we're going to stop for a quick break and then we're going to come back and revisit and talk with Crystal. Welcome back, everyone. So, Crystal, is there anything that we can do to prevent mental illness?
Actually, no, because it's like I said, it's a chemical imbalance in your brain, such as ADHD, ADD. There's nothing you can do to stop it. It's kind of you're kind of born with stuff like that. Um, and as far as dementia and Alzheimer's, there's nothing you can do. Tragically. Um, and as far as schizophrenic, bipolar, um, everything that we have pretty much named out there, I mean, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. You can't stop it. Depression, if you change certain things, maybe your diet, you can really change your diet for depression, the way you live, the people that you're around, um, and even my friends or your friends can bring you down, right? So if you change your environment, that can help you feel better. That can help you with your depression. Um,
Speaking of depression, are there like different levels of depression? Like some people, like you said, your lifestyle
mhm.
change or, change of activities, friends can bring your depression down. But is there chronic depression where you
Definitely,
just can't get rid of?
definitely. And a lot of times, if you have chronic depression, um, we are in mental health. I don't know if I can, but a lot of times when people are depressed, all they think about is taking their own life.
Mm.
And there's really nothing, a lot of times when it happens, when they're thinking about it, a lot of times they do it. I mean, I know a lot of people that it's happened to, a lot of families. No medication, no therapy, nothing um, can help these people. And it's sad because a
Mm.
lot of them nowadays are young, if you look at it.
Mm.
A lot of people who are taking their life are young now. And it's because they don't know how, they were never taught the way of life correctly. To me, that's how I feel about it. You were never taught how to grow up. You were never taught how to live without your mom and your daddy. Um, Even people who lose kids or, you know, they don't know what else to do. This is what they know. And so when somebody passes away, a lot of times they don't know how to get up the next day and start their life over because that's pretty much what you have to do.
So in that moment, when they
Mm-hmm.
take their life,
Mm-hmm.
they're at their lowest end.
They're
They
actually
might not be treated, but can they be treated? Let's say for some reason somebody got to them and they talked them off the ledge. Can they be treated to kind of come down with that?
they can try. They can try. And to me, suicide is kind of a hard subject. Um, but if they get the right treatment, the right help, some of them can be saved.
Mm-hmm.
I really truly believe, but it's going to take a extensive amount of help. Like I'm talking locked up somewhere to where they cannot, get out and harm themselves. And that's what eventually happens to people who can't control their depression. And then some people, when they're depressed and they do go to these places to get help, they're not helping them. They're doing more harm to them than they are helping them.
Mm.
And that's something that we don't look at either. Society don't look at that either. Yeah, I'm gonna, call and have this person committed. No, it's not helping them. These people are mistreated every day in these places.
Mm.
Um, and that's just something that it's just trying to prevent them from taking their own life. But at the end of the day, these people are getting more harm done to them than good. And I
Right.
truly believe that.
Right.
Um, and you know, other PTSD, and that really stems from you being in the military. That's where that comes from. Um, they go over there and they see a lot of things that me and you, we don't never see, right? And so they come back and they don't know how to move on from that. Um, but that's just with anybody with a tragedy, something tragic happens to them. Broken heart syndrome is definitely,
Broken heart syndrome?
yes, like that's definitely, you can really pass away from that.
Yeah.
I actually had an uncle, his mama passed away and he could never get over it. And 6 months later, he passed away.
Yeah. You
Nothing
do hear
wrong with
that.
them.
Hmm.
And the doctor really said broken heart syndrome is a thing.
Hmm.
And a lot of people's like, no, that's not true. It's true. Like it's really something. And unfortunately, a lot of people, bad things happen to them and they never get over it. Like they don't know how to pick up from what happened to them yesterday and move on tomorrow, with a new way of living.